Hi everyone! This video is to help you with a song that we're learning this semester called Dime Cómo Quieres. Dime Cómo Quieres is a song called from the category of Mariachi sierreño. And Mariachi sierreño is a subgenre of regional mexicana, música regional mexicana, which are a lot of these songs that have a lot of influence from Tex-Mex or Tejana music. And it's important to know this because these songs have a feel almost very similar to country music. And this way it will help us with this little bit of background. Now you can see that you can kind of have that feel to it. It also has that call and response structure. So as we're going through the song, you can be thinking about that feel, almost like a little bit of country. And if you think about that, it's going to help you not only do the Manicos better, but it's also going to help you keep the beat in a similar way as if we were playing a little bit of country music. So let's go into it and I'll show you the Manicos now. Okay, so in the beginning of the song we have un redoble, which is going to be your 2 16 notes and 1 8 notes. That is a redoble. And then we're going to have just one more note, one more 8th note. So we go Navidad y. I usually put a word into it because it helps me remember. So when I look at patterns, I can more easily remember how they play, how they sound, because I'm saying those words. So Navidad y. And then after that, then you start with the basic pattern. The basic pattern is down, up, apagón. So it's down, up, apagón. Again, down, up, apagón. And then the last bit is down, apagón. So it's down, up, apagón. Down, up, apagón. Down, apagón. Down, up, apagón. Down, up, apagón. Down, apagón. But we connect them and there's no rests in between. So that will be the basic pattern. Next, we're going to go into the little sections where we have a little bit of rhythm change all throughout the song. Okay, so we'll start with measure 4. Measure 4 is, well, when I finish, I'm doing already the first beat of the next one on measure 5. So that's because it's easier and it makes more sense to connect it. But we can do it as, that's really high, will be measure 4. Whenever you see those 4 16 notes, in my head, just like I mentioned the Navidad in the beginning, then Navidad y, in this case, I normally say the word cómetelo, or any word that has those cómetelo, those 4 syllables. In this case, for me, it's just cómetelo. So if I do again, and one more, a little bit slower, and then we go into the D. When we switch to D, then it starts the manico, which I mentioned right now, which is the right. So 4 and 5 will be. So measure 12. So measure 12 is, so that one is really nice. And again, if you think about having this Tex-Mex Tejana feel to it, this fits perfectly because it just goes perfectly with the kind of that northern states, Sonora, because naturally, even the singer, he was born in Sonora, Mexico. So, Christian Nodal. Here we have, so it's going to be just like redobles. And when I mention redobles, it's those 2 16 notes and 1 8th note. So it's going to be, so it goes a little bit slower. That's the key right there, to do those like that, because it's going to help you with the next ones. The next ones are a lot more easily, except that note right there, that 8th note, that one is the one that can throw us off. So it's, So it's very important. So here we go. So after apagón, we have that 8th note. Okay, so that's going to be our measure number 12. Measure 20 is actually really simple because we have redobles normales. So it's going to be, so it's very simple. Well, we can say that it's a little bit more simple than the others. Okay, so that's going to be measure 20. Next one is going to be the tricky one, and this is a really beautiful pattern because it's used and is very pronounced. Probably from all of them, it's going to be the one that has more of that Tejana feel to it. So it's very important to do it properly because it's very noticeable on the song, especially on the recordings. But anytime that you see the videos, even the live videos, this section is very, very noticeable. So let's go into the next. Okay, so now we can go into measure 24. This is the one that is very pronounced throughout the song. And I believe there's even some other instruments that help make this part a little bit more noticeable. So it's very important that we get it right. And it's probably the one that has more of that feel, that you gotta have that feel of almost like as if you were playing country music. So it's like this. I would do it like that, up, so that it's more relaxed. So here we go. This is how we're gonna do it. Like that. And then we continue through the song, right? So measure 28 starts the same way with those 4 8th notes. And I would practice those 4 8th notes a lot so that you can get it more like a muscle memory. So you can build that muscle memory. So it goes like this. Once you have the beginning, then you just add the redoble. And then you add the 4th, 16th notes that are and so that's going to make our measure 28. Naturally, like I said, this we don't finish up, we just simply go right into the next measure because it makes it flow. So if we connect 28 and 29, it will be like this. Okay, so as I mentioned, just make sure that you're always connecting them. There's no rests in there, especially when we do these measures that I'm going over, because if we put a rest in there, it's going to throw off the rest of it. You'll fall a little bit behind, because this is a really quick song. This is a really quick song, again, because of the Tex-Mex feel to it. Okay, so we have the same pattern repeat on measure 36, so we don't have to mention that one. We don't have to go over that. Measure 40 is, so measure 40 is going to be a little bit of what we have done on measure 12, but I'll go over it. So it's going to be, we're finishing the redoble with an apagón. So it's important to remember, it's just like a redoble, but we're finishing with an apagón. And we still have that middle, that 1/8 note, tan, takachak, tan. That tan is always important because if we don't do that 8th note, it will, you'll be missing that beat, and you might go right into the next redoble, and then it will sound very different. So it goes. Okay, so that's going to be our measure 40. So now we can go into measure 44. Measure 44 is a more straightforward because, as you can see, is mainly redobles. Redobles, but with apagón al final, at the end. So it's going to be, again, that pattern that we're doing is. So the last two beats, they're going to be redobles. And so that one you can practice it the same way as I was mentioning, that if there's something that you can, an exercise that you can use to develop that muscle memory, it would be these ones too. Okay, so we have, that's going to be our measure 44. One more. A little bit slower. One more time. Okay, so that's going to be our measure 44. Okay, now we do measure 48. This is the one that Mr. Glasser said to keep an eye on because it's very important so that the song flows properly, because it has a little bit of that stop. And then all the other instruments are also making this very significant. So here we go. So we do the, this is where we do the dotted quarter note. Right, so we have dotted quarter note, and then we also have that 8th note, those 8 notes tied. So, right, so the previous measure, 40, well, we can do 46, 46, 47, and then 48. So we do. Okay, the last one that I wanted to talk to you about is measure 56, because we have that half note, then we have the 8th rest, and so super important to it's the most easy way to remember how to play this is by, remember that it's almost like the beginning of the song. I mean, practically it's the same, but because we make that stop, da 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 dun, pararam pam. So imagine that we're starting from the beginning, and Mr. Glasser is giving us the count, and so it's just going to help to have that longer pause if you think that we just restarted the song. I mean, that's kind of how I think about it, but it's very, very important. And also look around at the instruments, because we're all kind of making that very specific, that stop very specific, da 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 dun, da 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 dun, right? So just keep an eye on that, because sometimes we can get nervous and we can get ahead and not hold that rest, not hold the note and the 8th rest long enough. So again, if we do from measure 55 into it, it will be like this. And I think that will be it. Let me move my camera here. Hello. Okay, yeah, so let me know if you have any questions, if you need me to go further into detail of any of the Manicos. Again, it's going to be, it's a very quick song, so just practice it slow and then you can build it up. And if you practice it with this music with headphones, you'll get that feel. The most important thing, the reason at the beginning of this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about the background, the categories, the influences of this, that made this rhythms for mariachi music. And again, this is modern mariachi music, so these are not the normal ones that we've had for decades. This is more of the newer mariachi music. And I wanted to mention that because it's really going to help you. In my head, to interpret this song, I always automatically switch to, I think about how, instead of having a mariachi suit, I think about having, representing the northern states, Sonora or Chihuahua. So I wear a hat. Imagine that you want to get that feel of playing the accordion but with your instrument, and it's really going to help you. I mean, just for the styling. So I hope that this has helped you. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.